Hi, how are you? I hope you're well. Welcome to Mel's Mindful Musings. Today, at this moment, I am having a great need to bring to mind the meaning of mindful. And I found myself thinking, actually, why do we call it mindfulness? Why is it named mindfulness? Because by the very act of being mindful, we're trying to empty our mind, because we're trying to bring, or the aim of it is to bring alert attention to something so that we stop thinking. We are just into a beautiful state of awareness, heightened awareness of our surroundings, what we see, what we're hearing. And therefore in doing so, it's to empty our minds. So that I had cause to think of it. I don't know whether you can hear that whirring in the background. I have been walking through the woods. It's been a while since I've been here, and I was so looking forward to coming this morning. And then the leaf blower came along in a wood to blow the leaves away off the path. And I suppose the intention is good so that people don't slip, but it did seem slightly ironic in a woodland to try and rid ourselves of the leaves. But as it was coming, I was going to do my video, and he was following me down the path. So wherever I sat, there he was, and the noise was getting louder and louder, and I could feel the frustration rising in me. And then I looked down, and there on the floor was a beautiful blackbird, and it hopped off its little log and then came closer and just seemed to stop and stare. And I stopped and stared back. Angel sat quietly beside me, and for the longest time, this blackbird and I just existed within the same space, mindfully, if you will, observing each other in a state of alert attention, just being aware of each other. And what was amazing was, as I did this, the sound of the leaf blower seemed to dissipate and disappear into the background, and my heart calmed, my mind calmed, and all that existed was me in the woods with a blackbird. And we shared the most intimate moment. And it then brought to mind, as I'd been contemplating the inspirational card for today, to accomplish, we must not only act, but we must dream. Now, very often, it's the other way round. You must dream. In order to bring your dreams into reality, we must act. And I feel that in our busy world, what this brought to mind was, we make goals and it's all about action, action, action. And yes, we need to act to make our dreams a reality. Of course we do. But then it becomes all action, and we forget the dream. We forget the journey, and we're just focusing on act, act, act. And what came to mind with this when I read it was, I have recently taken up regular swimming, and I'm loving it. And because I wasn't getting a chance to see friends very much, I used it as a way that we meet up now and we go swimming. So we're actually getting fit, and then we just swim and we chat. So it's a lot cheaper than meeting to go out for a meal, and then you worry about what, oh dear, I've eaten too much and had a big dessert, whatever it might be. But I come away refreshed, uplifted, and so relaxed from having had the conversation with a dear friend, and also felt my body feels better. But someone then pointed out and asked the question, how many laps have you done? And I said, I've no idea. We just keep swimming. We just swim and swim and swim and swim while we're chatting until our time is up. And then when I was alone, I thought, oh, that's a good idea. I'll start to count the laps. Now, at the beginning of all of this, the dream, if you like, the dream was, I wanted to feel fitter, I wanted to see my friends more, and I wanted to feel relaxed, but to also exercise my heart and my muscles and to feel more flexible. So that was my dream. That was the goal, if you will. And I was achieving that, all of it, feeling great. But the minute I then started swimming alone and I started to count the laps, and immediately I started to count, I became stressed. I became heading towards the goal of how many rather than the mindful feeling of being within and just enjoying the journey towards that dream. So I stopped, I took a couple of deep breaths, and then I got back to the mindful swimming, the relaxed swimming, and I watched as my body caused ripples in the water and just brought it again to that alert attention of mindfulness. And immediately my heart slowed. I was within my body. I could feel it stretching. I could feel it feeling looser, and my mind calmed. So to me, when I sometimes watch joggers and they're constantly looking at their Fitbit or their watch on their wrist, how fast am I going? How many laps am I doing? How many calories am I burning? And it makes me stressed watching, and I'm sorry if that is what you do, but this is just my feelings because of how I related to when I got into that state. And I was immediately not accomplishing my dream. I was doing it towards the goal alone, just towards that goal, and not living the moment. And so it brought to mind that how often do we just get busy in our lives towards the goal of our to-do list, today, tomorrow, this week, the next month, the year, and then we wake up when we've reached it and we can't quite remember anything along the journey. To me, the journey is the thing. Have the dream, but remember the journey. We must not only act, but we must continue the dream, be within the dream as we head towards the final goal, as we head towards accomplishing the dream. Don't lose yourself on the way. So as you can hear, the noise has stopped. I am now just me and the noise of the woods, the birds cheeping. I am calm. So in a way, I got rid of it. And I hardly noticed it for the last 10 minutes. So I wish you well. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.